Sometimes it's not. Anyway, thanks for coming back. Thanks for showing my love. Let's do this. I'm going to make squash or pumpkin soup today. It's going to be perfect for a cold rainy day. Warm, delicious, soothing, and comforting. Let's do it. Alright, so these are the ingredients we're using today to go in our soup. Here I have what we call a Christophine or Chayote squash, as they say in the US. I have some little like bell peppers, some thyme, potatoes, green fig or green bananas, the bad boy here, Scotch bonnet, some garlic. I have a little bit of pasta, some carrots, and I'm also going to use some celery. I forgot to put that on my tray here, but I will in a little bit. Alright, we're straight now. So here is my celery, okay? Next, in this cute little pot here, I have some pumpkin or butternut squash. This is butternut squash. I actually like the texture of this more. Ordinarily, I use canned butternut squash or frozen butternut squash, but unbelievable, today I went to the store and there was none, nowhere. So I had to go for this. So I peeled my butternut squash and washed them, cut them up, and this is about 2 pounds. In here, I have some beef. See that? I have it cut into chunks, and I also got some beef neck bones and had them cut up. I am about to wash it. I have a little bit of salt, maybe like a half a tablespoon, and some lime juice in here. So I'm gonna wash this properly, and then I'll come back and show you what we'll do. Also, I'm gonna put some water in here, add a couple cloves of garlic, and then we'll put this to boil, because what we want this to do is for it to completely disintegrate, okay? So my meat is washed and I've drained it properly and seasoned it with some black pepper, some of this Goya Adobo seasoning. You can use any all-purpose seasoning you like, but I like that. And of course, you know, I always have to use Maggi. It just gives so much flavor to food. So I'll go ahead now and put some hot water in here and get it on the stove so that we can get it to be tender. And while that's happening, I'll work on all these veggies. Also, I've washed these and these peppers, and I'm gonna throw them in the pot as well. So here's a quick peek at what we have going on in the pot. I'm also gonna add pimento pepper that we have back in Trinidad. It only gives flavor, there's no heat. My friend Zoe gave this to me. Zoe, I need more pimento, girl. You see, I'm using it. Okay, so my veggies, I've prepped them. I have my carrots. I just put a tiny bit of pasta here just because I think I have enough carbs going on here. This is my Christophine or Chayote squash. I have my celery, some carrots, more thyme that's gonna go in once we start assembling the soup, my peppers. In here I have some golden ray butter that we have back in Trinidad. If you don't have it, no big deal. And here I have my banana, my green fig that I peeled, and my potatoes also in here, just to be sure that they don't get discolored. And we're also going to go in with these again once we assemble. Mimi, this one's for you. Remember you asked me to teach you to make squash soup? Well, here you have it, okay? Okay, so this is what's going on in my pot. I went in there after about 30 minutes or so, and I added more hot water. And if you could see back here, my squash is done. What I did was I used my immersion blender to make everything uniform. So we're just waiting for this to be tender enough and we'll start assembling. Alright, so my meat finally became tender, and what I did was I transferred the meat and the squash or butternut squash or pumpkin into this pot, just because the other pot was too small. So what I'm going to do now is go in with my carrots, trying to go in with the vegetables that are going to take the longest, go in with some more celery. I'm going to let this go for about 5 minutes, and then I'll start adding in the other vegetables. The last thing I'm going to put in there will be my pasta. I'm going in with some more thyme and a couple of bell peppers, and I'll put another Scotch bonnet in here, but I'm not going to pop this one. The green one that I had in there earlier popped on its own. It's not too spicy, I checked. Now I'm going to go ahead and taste this sauce to see if we need salt, and we definitely do. Again, this is a soup, and you know me, this is my thing. I'm going to go in here with about 2 tablespoons of that. Let's put some black pepper also. You may be thinking that it's too much salt in that Maggi, but we have a bunch of vegetables and pasta and stuff to go in still. So let me let this go for 5 minutes, then I'll add the rest of the vegetables. Right, it's been 5 minutes. I'm gonna go in with the Christophine or Chayote squash. And I'm also going to add the potatoes. I'll leave the bananas for a little while longer because they're gonna cook pretty quickly. Really don't want them to break apart. So we're going in with that. In another 5 minutes again, I will add in the pasta and the bananas. All right, banana going in. Pasta, and going in with my golden ray. Alright, I'm gonna let this go for approximately 10 minutes, and then we'll be all set and ready to taste. Alright, so here it is, our final dish. It looks absolutely delicious, and I can't wait to taste it. Let's do it. All right, I have my own little dish here. Let's give it a taste. Oh, this is hot. Ooh. Man, that's good. The celery still has a little crunch, which is good. Let's see our meat here. Mmm. Very nice. Piece of banana, or green fig like they say home. Oh my gosh. That is really, really, really good. You guys have to try it. One thing I wanted to just mention is when it was almost done cooking, I tasted it and it was a tad on the sweet side because of the squash. So I added a tablespoon of vinegar. You're not going to need that every time because obviously every squash is going to be different, but just so you know that. In total, it took me about an hour and 25 minutes to cook this just because of the neck bones. They were really hard, but besides that, very, very delicious. Try it. I sincerely appreciate you guys coming back, supporting me, and checking out what I'm cooking. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and come on back to see what I make next time. See you.